Shalom. I would like to dedicate today's Torah to the memory of my grandfather, Rabbi Menachem Nachum Rabbi Yaakov Tzvi, whose yortzeit comes out this week. May his memory be a sign for all of us, and may I honor him through the Torah that we are learning. Shabbat Parsha Yitro, the great moment of receiving the Torah. Ma'amad Har Sinai. What a great moment for the Jewish people. I would like to take you to the days before Matan Torah as the Jewish people prepare carefully. And I'd like to share with you a very interesting idea brought down by Likutei Moharan, describing a difficulty in the text itself as we describe the days that precede the giving of the Torah. In fact, it relates to a very interesting debate in which the Gemara challenges us with two different opinions as to when the giving of the Torah actually took place. Was it indeed on the 6th day of Sivan, which is the day in which we celebrate Shavuot? Or according to Rabbi Yossi ber Rabbi Yehuda, did it occur on the 7th day of Sivan? In fact, it seems to be that most of the Rishonim aligned themselves with Rabbi Yossi ber Rabbi Yehuda. If that is the case, it does raise a question as to why we start celebrating Shavuot on the 6th day and not on the 7th. In the next few minutes, we will try to present an idea that might give us some insight into this. So Moshe is told by God to go to the Jewish people and prepare them and tell them in which they are going to be a chosen nation. The term Am Segula is used for the first time. The term Mamlechet Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh is used for the first time. Moshe receives these great messages from God and goes to share with the Jewish people the wonderful and important status that our nation is receiving. We are receiving... I think we're going to need to start this over.
Yeah. Beginning.
Okay. Yeah. Parashat Yitro, the great moments of receiving the Torah. What a special moment for Am Yisrael. As we prepare for Ma'amad Har Sinai, the Torah describes for us the days before and the great moments of preparation. It starts off with Moshe receiving a beautiful message for Am Yisrael from Kadosh Baruch Hu. For the first time, we are referred to as an Am Segula, as a Mamlechet Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh, a special, unique nation, a holy kingdom of priests. And Moshe is charged with the task of telling Am Yisrael that they must abide by the rules that they are about to receive. Curiously, when we carefully look at the chain of events, there are some interesting questions that are raised in, particularly with one pasuk that is very difficult to understand. I would like to share with you a thought of the Likutei Moharan, which will give us interesting insight into the great challenges of the days before Matan Torah, and raise for us a better understanding of an interesting debate in the Gemara. The Gemara asks a simple question: when did actually Matan Torah take place? When was these great moments in Har Sinai? On what calendar date? Two opinions are mentioned. One is that it occurred on the 6th day of Sivan. But Rabbi Yossi ber Rabbi Yehuda disagrees. In a certain calculation, he reaches the conclusion that it occurred actually on the 7th day of Sivan. Curiously, despite the fact that we celebrate Shavuot on the 6th day of Sivan, or in Galut on both days, most of the Rishonim seem to agree with the position of Rabbi Yossi ber Rabbi Yehuda, that in fact, the Torah was given on the 7th day of Sivan. So why celebrate it on the 6th? Interesting. When Moshe Rabbeinu comes and tells the Jewish people that they are going to be a special nation, he charges us with the mission of observing the laws of the Torah that we are soon to receive, and promises us a glorious destiny in return. Am Yisrael responds clearly. One single voice, everyone says, everything that God has spoken to you, na'aseh. We shall do it. Don't get confused. Na'aseh v'nishma isn't mentioned until after the storyline of Matan Torah. But they did speak in one clear voice and said, we will do everything that we heard from you. And then comes the Torah and says as follows. ויענו כל העם יחדיו ויאמרו כל אשר דיבר אדוני נעשה. וישב משה את דברי העם אל אדוני. So Moshe returns the words of the people to God. So God responds to Moshe and says, הנה אנוכי בא אליך באב הענן, I am coming to you in the thickness of a cloud. בעבור ישמע העם מדברים בך, so the people shall hear when I speak to you. וגם בך יאמינו לעולם, and in you too they shall believe forever. And carelessly then the pasuk ends, ויגד משה דברי העם אל השם. And Moshe repeated the words of the people to Hashem. Why was it necessary to once again say to God, the people said that everything that you say we shall do? What? Does God have a short memory? Why does it need to be said twice? Says Likutei Moharan, we are misunderstanding the entire conversation. But first let us see what happens as a result. God says to Moshe in response to his repetition, go to the people, sanctify them today and tomorrow, and may they go and launder their clothing. And they shall be prepared for the third day, because on the third day God will descend upon the mountain and give the Torah. Records the Gemara an interesting dilemma that Moshe Rabbeinu had. When God said be prepared for today and tomorrow, does he mean today as in today, right now when we're talking, and the next day? Or does he mean today as the same way today is a day, tomorrow will be the new day, and then another day after that? Which means that we should be prepared for the third day that comes after today. So is today and tomorrow inclusive of the day in which we're standing and talking, or inclusive? This is the foundation of the debate as to what day the Torah was actually given. Says Likutei Moharan, do you understand what the conversation really is here? When Moshe Rabbeinu comes to the Jewish people and says, God wants you to follow all the laws that we have told you, and you are going to become a special nation. The Jewish people responds to Moshe and says, well, of course, anything that we've heard from God, of course we shall do. What kind of a rational man will not fulfill a commandment that is given to him directly from God? But Moshe, we don't understand something. When we're talking about the foundations of our faith, already earlier in the meeting in Marah,